Hey y'all, I'm Megan. I'm a family and lifestyle blogger at Headley Family Blog. I'm a fairly new blogger. I started about 8 months ago, actually a little bit less than 8 months ago, just after my son was born, so he's 8 months old. He inspired me to finally start. I've wanted to blog for years, and finally I was like, I actually have things to talk about now. I like to connect with all the mamas out there, and I would love to connect with you all. I share things from my breastfeeding experience, birthing experience, little tips and tricks of motherhood. I'm an open book, so I share every single detail if you guys like that. If you're expecting, I'll tell you anything that you want to know. And we actually just recently started vlogging. Our channel is Headley Family Film over here on YouTube, and we do have a few videos on there, my infertility journey, some just special videos that we've made, but I figured my husband is deploying soon, and I thought it was the perfect time to start vlogging. So while he's deployed, he can look at these videos every day, and I think it would just be super special for us to start capturing these moments, because my baby is growing so fast. It's crazy. I posted a video on Instagram when it turned New Year's, whenever he was born, and it's just crazy how tiny he was and how big he is now, just 8 months old. Before I get started, I just wanted to tell you guys just a little bit of info about myself so you get to know me a little better. I've been married to my husband for 3 years. We've been together for a little over 6 years, and he is in the Air Force. Fun fact, I guess, funny, I don't know. He asked me the day before he left to join the Air Force to be his girlfriend. So I've been here since the very beginning. It's been difficult at times, especially when he went on his first deployment. He was gone for 6 months, and it was hard. So my heart goes out to all you guys that, your family member, your loved one is gone on deployment. And some of them can be really long. So my heart goes out to you all. It's rough, but it makes you enjoy the smaller moments. Try not to cry. So yeah, I'm super thankful for this life. But anyway, I'm super emotional. We have a little baby boy, and as I mentioned, we have a video on there of our infertility journey. It took us almost right at 2 years to conceive him. I quit birth control, and right before my husband left on his first deployment, we obviously had to pause it because he had to be gone. And then when he got back, I was like, good, we're gonna have a baby soon. I'm so excited. But months and months went by, and I still wasn't pregnant. I actually wasn't having periods. So I finally went to the doctor after a year of maybe having 3 periods. And they still don't know exactly what was the problem. I swear it's birth control. They said it wasn't. And they tested me. I actually wasn't ovulating either. So they gave me medicine to help me start my period again, have an ovulation cycle, and I have all this, in a video explaining everything, and a blog post. You guys can read that in detail, because I don't want to go into too detail, because this is not what the video is about. But literally the last month, before they were sending us to a fertility specialist, I found out I was pregnant, and we literally found out the day we left to go to Ireland to celebrate our 2-year wedding anniversary. So it was very special, and yeah, our little miracle baby's here. That's what I call him, our Clomid baby. That's what I took to help me ovulate. So it's crazy, and I'm super thankful for everything in my life. And I also want to say I'm so thankful that the Mom's View has let me be featured today. It is a true honor. I've literally been watching this channel from the very beginning. I think they said earlier in one of their videos this week. They've been doing this since 2011, so that's crazy. I've been watching them that long, and I just appreciate all them, and I just hope I get to connect with all you mamas, because I just love getting to know everybody. And social media and YouTube is just an amazing thing. I think it can have its scary I don't know exactly what to say. It just can be scary, and you can get, you know, mean comments and hateful comments, but I think the good outweighs the bad so much more, because I've connected with so many different mom bloggers and just, you know, regular mamas, everyday mamas, and it's just crazy. I think it's so amazing, because without any of this, I wouldn't have met any of the people that I've gotten to know. So it's crazy. But today I just want to talk to you guys about something that I'm passionate about, and the main thing is motherhood. But I was trying to narrow it down, like, what part of motherhood am I like passionate about that before I was a mom, like, I was kind of not iffy about, but I just didn't know a whole lot of information about it. And I thought it was just going to be so easy, no big deal. When I heard other people would fail at it, I was like, pfft, like, they must not be trying hard enough. Well, I was wrong. Like, you have so many opinions before you're a mom, and then not a mom, and then once you become a mom, it's like, I understand why you have that meltdown, or why you're so tired, or why you don't have time to hang out anymore. Like, I understand. But one thing that I want to talk to you guys about is breastfeeding. I know it could be a touchy subject, because there's a lot of mom shaming out there, which breaks my heart, because we should all be together, you know, raising each other up, telling each other we're beautiful, telling each other we're doing a good job. But I'm not here to mom shame anybody. I just want to tell you guys about my breastfeeding experience. Maybe it'll help you guys in the future if you want to try breastfeeding again, if you're currently breastfeeding, if you're pregnant and thinking about breastfeeding. I just wanted to shed some light on my journey, and like some knowledge and information I learned while I was pregnant, and from my lactation specialist. She's helped me so much. Whenever I was pregnant, I decided to take a prenatal breastfeeding class, and it opened my eyes and told me so much stuff I had no idea about. You know, I hear things from my friends, and, you know, I kept asking the lactation consultant if this is true, and she's like, no, which is crazy. So if you're pregnant, I highly recommend taking a prenatal breastfeeding class, because they'll teach you different positionings, how to get your milk supply up, and you know, what you should do exactly right when the baby comes out to help your milk supply come in faster, how long your milk supply can take to come in, which I had no idea, and how small your baby's stomach is. It's like, I don't know, something like this tiny at the beginning, so they actually don't need that much. And I know a lot of mamas think their milk just don't come in, but I think it actually takes up to 2 weeks for it to fully come in. So, you know, so I was trying to be patient. Mine luckily came in 3.5 days, full force. I had an oversupply at the beginning, but once he got a hold of it, you know, it evened out. But yeah, so at the beginning, right when he came out, you know, they said to do skin to skin. I did that. He laid on my chest for like 30 minutes or more right after he came out. They didn't clean him or anything. They checked off his vitals and everything on my chest, which is, you know, you do skin to skin, it can help your milk supply come in. So I did that. I had him latched. He was really struggling to latch. He found the boob right away. They actually, if you lay them on their chest from the very beginning, they'll know how to turn their head to get there, which is just crazy to me. I didn't think they were that strong right after they come out, you know. So they gave me nipple shield right away. And that nipple shield, he latched finally. But I know that you weren't supposed to use a nipple shield. He was super fussy at the beginning for like months and months. He'd be fine sometimes and then be super fussy. And I actually just kept using the nipple shield up until, I think, 4 months, I think. I have a full detailed blog post about it, so you guys can go back and read it if you like to. But yeah, he used it, and I was like, you know, I kept saying, okay, well, he's breastfeeding. My goal was to breastfeed. I didn't care what it took. I wanted to breastfeed. I didn't want to formula feed him. That's just what I wanted to do. If you formula feed, I'm up for it. A fed baby is best. But I just really wanted to breastfeed because I just know all the benefits and everything from breast milk. But after 4 months, I was like, you know, I've had enough. This is so annoying. Breastfeeding in public, it's so much harder. I have to, you know, get everything situated, put the nipple shield on, then latch him on, and it's just like I'm usually drenched in sweat because it's just like a workout. And, you know, I have to carry it in a carrying case so it doesn't contaminate, you know, anything when he's eating. And then, yeah, so I got tired of it. So finally, after 4 months, I was contacting my lactation specialist. I said, you know what, I need help because I've been stubborn and I know that he shouldn't be using the nipple shield this long. And I mentioned to her that, you know, he had a tongue tie. I noticed it right off the bat. They clipped it in the doctor's office. But I knew after it was clipped, he should be latching fine without the nipple shield. Well, I tried a couple times before that without the nipple shield, and I was curling my toes. It hurt so bad. Like, the worst excruciating pain ever. And I was like, maybe it's just because my nipples and boobs are used to the nipple shield. So I gave it a couple days and I was like, this is not normal. This hurts so bad. This is not soreness. This is like, I had to curl my toes. It was so bad. So I was like, okay, I'll contact my lactation specialist, like I said, and see what she says about it. And she said, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be painful. If it's painful, then that means there's something wrong with latching or there's mouth ties somewhere. So I didn't know that either. So, you know, it's supposed to be sore, but it's not supposed to hurt. So she came over and I told her about how he had a tongue tie and they clipped it. Well, she inspected his mouth, and right off the bat, she's like, his tongue tie's reattached. Did they tell you about the exercises that you needed to do so for about 3 weeks or so they wouldn't attach? And I said no. So yeah, so his tongue tie reattached, and I was like, I think he actually has a lip tie too, but they said that it's not anything to be worried about. Everybody pretty much has a little bit of a lip tie. She checked that and she was like, oh yeah, that's a really bad lip tie. He needs that clip. And I'm like, okay. I knew right off the bat that he needed a clip, but the doctor obviously said no, and so I listened to him. But really, what all they say, listen to your mom instinct, because, you know, I honestly think that we know best when it comes to our babies and what's off with certain things. So she said the first thing I needed to do was get both of those clipped. You know, she tried her hardest to help me that session to get him to latch, but he just still wasn't latching. He was so used to the nipple shield too. But just because those ties, he could barely open his mouth. And I'll actually insert some pictures. I have a picture of before and after of just how much his mouth was restricted. And literally, it was just like so small. He could barely open his mouth. So they need to open their mouth quite a lot so they can get a nice big latch. Because if they're just have this small little latch, obviously it's going to hurt really bad. And so, yeah, and he could barely stick out his tongue, and they need their tongue to be able to drink and stuff. So we went to the doctor, got it removed, both of them, did the exercises for 3 weeks. He still wasn't latching without the nipple shield. But after a month, because they said it could take 5 to 2 weeks or something like that, it took him a month after the procedures to be able to latch without the nipple shield. And like literally when he latched for just even like a second without the nipple shield, which I'll insert that picture now, I started crying. And I sent it to my lactation specialist because like breastfeeding is not easy. And if it does come easy to you all, I mean, that's awesome, you know, but my journey was not easy. And I know I wanted to stick with breastfeeding, so I just did everything possible to make that happen. But when he finally latched without the nipple shield, I was just like so happy. And I started crying, and I sent a picture to my lactation consultant because I was like, this is the best day ever. And then, yeah, after a solid month, he started latching completely, full feedings without the nipple shield. So I guess he was 5 months old. And now breastfeeding is easy. You know, so much easier to breastfeed in public. Now I can just plop them under my shirt wherever I am. Don't need a nursing cover or everything because I don't need to situate with the nipple shield. It's just awesome. And now I said in my blog post, like once he actually latched without the nipple shield, I actually felt like I was really breastfeeding. And I started feeling that connection that you get. I really hope that I get to connect with you mamas, and that maybe some of this knowledge about breastfeeding really helped you all. You can head over to my Instagram. It's at Mrs. Megan Headley. And I would love to connect with you all, answer any questions you guys have about breastfeeding, pregnancy. I didn't have an easy pregnancy either, so ask me any questions of that. I was pretty much sick the whole entire time. Got hospitalized 3 times because I got so dehydrated at the very end. So I just have all this knowledge, which I mean, I guess is good for you all, definitely. But it was hard going through these times. But I feel like when you go through hard times, they're meant for a reason, because if you're able to, I just feel like sharing that can help somebody else out. And that's why I just like to be an open book, because I want to help. I don't know if make an experience easier, but just prepare people. And I don't know. I just feel like being an open book for me is a positive experience, because I can share my experiences and journeys and help somebody else out there. And that just means a lot to me, to be able to help somebody. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, just come and connect with me on my Instagram. And you guys can go to my YouTube channel and watch our first vlog video. May not be the best because it's the first time we vlogged in public, period. So it may be a little awkward, but to us it's a really special video. So we went to the aquarium, and my son's never been. Obviously he's 8 months old. He just loved looking at all the fishies and the sharks. And then we took him to Build-A-Bear because I wanted to get a bear with my husband's voice in it. So while he's gone, when he's gone in the future, he can press that little arm into my husband's voice. So I'll stop there because I'm probably going to start crying again if I start talking about it. So yeah, thank you guys for letting me be the Feature Friday, and I hope to connect with you mamas.